Buying a used EV can be a great deal, unless the battery is secretly more tired than you on a Monday morning. In today's video, we're breaking down how to check battery health before you buy a used EV, so you don't end up with a car that goes from 300 miles of range to 300 meters of range. Let's dive in. Before you evaluate anything, you need to understand what battery health actually means. EV batteries slowly lose capacity over time, not because the car is broken, but because lithium-ion chemistry ages. Just like milk, except much slower and less disgusting. All EVs degrade, but how fast depends on age, mileage, climate, charging habits, battery chemistry, NCM versus LFP. Think of it like this. Two EVs with the same mileage can have very different battery health, depending on how their previous owner treated them. One of the easiest ways to spot battery health issues is to check the full charge range shown on the dashboard. Here's the trick. Ask the seller to fully charge the car to 100% before you test it. Then compare the displayed range to the original EPA range. For example, a Tesla Model 3 long range originally had approximately 310 miles. If it now shows 270 miles, that's around 13% degradation. Totally normal. But if it shows something like 210 miles, either the battery's been through a war zone or the previous owner only fast charged it while parked on the surface of the sun. Proceed with caution. Now let's talk about one of the most important and most overlooked steps when checking battery health. The car's actual built-in battery report. This thing is basically the EV's diary. It doesn't lie, and it doesn't exaggerate. And unlike sellers, it doesn't forget that one time the battery overheated on a road trip in Arizona. Let's break it down brand by brand, because every EV speaks a slightly different language. Tesla won't show you a big bold battery health equals 92%, because that would be too easy. Instead, Tesla gives you projected range at 100%, energy consumption history, battery temperature warnings, DC fast charging usage patterns. Scan my Tesla compatible data if you use third-party tools. Here's the secret. Go to the service tab, high voltage battery. You'll see current battery readings, cell temperatures, voltage balance, estimated remaining capacity, if available on that model shock or firmware. Red flag. If cell voltage difference is more than 20 to 30 millivolts, that's like one kid in a family consistently yelling louder than the rest. It means imbalance, which can be a sign of aging cells. Nissan Leaf batteries don't have liquid cooling, so their battery reports matter a lot. On the right side of the dash, you'll see 12 tiny bars. These aren't the normal charge bars. These are health bars. What they mean: 12 bars, battery is healthy, 0 to 10% degradation. 11 bars, slight wear, 10 to 15% degradation. 10 bars, noticeable wear, 15 to 22% degradation. 9 bars, high wear, 22 to 30% degradation. 8 bars or less, run, don't walk, run! These numbers matter because Leafs can lose range fast when they degrade. For example, a 24 kilowatt-hour Leaf with 8 bars often gets only 40 to 50 miles, 64,000 to 80,000 kilometers of real-world range. Perfect for driving to the grocery store and praying you make it back. Many Hyundai and Kia EVs have a hidden gem in the service menus, a state of health SOH number. Some dealers will show it to you, some won't. If the seller allows it, navigate to EV settings, battery information, state of health. Normal SOH for a used EV, 90 to 95% for 2 to 4 years old, 80 to 90% for 5 to 7 years. Below 75% is a warning sign, especially on older Konas, which had battery recall issues. Also check for rapid gate warnings, battery pack overheat messages, high DC charging count. If you see thermal warnings, that battery may be emotionally unstable. The Chevy Bolt doesn't scream battery info at you, but it does give clues. Look for full charge range, energy score, long-term average efficiency, battery temperature readings. Bolts actually hold up extremely well due to their chemistry, so if you're seeing a dramatically low range at 100%, That's a sign something is wrong. Most modern EVs from premium brands such as BMW, Mercedes, VW, and Ford will show battery temperature, battery conditioning status, estimated remaining capacity, fast charging history, high voltage system warnings. A healthy EV should show no thermal events, no frequent DC charging warnings, balanced temperature across the pack. If you see any past warnings like reduced performance, battery cooling, or high voltage battery service required, that's your cue to step away like it's a haunted house. The built-in battery report is the EV's medical record. Use it, study it, screenshot it, overanalyze it like you're reading your ex's text messages. The more data you collect, the closer you get to knowing if the EV's battery is healthy or heading toward early retirement. If you want a deeper look, use a diagnostic app. For example, Leaf Spy for Nissan Leaf, Scan My Tesla for Tesla, EV Notify, Car Scanner, or OBD Auto Doctor for many other EVs. These apps can show actual battery health percent, total DC fast charging sessions, voltage imbalances, cell temperature differences. If one cell bank is hotter than the rest, that's like one kid misbehaving in class. It'll ruin everything. This is huge. The charging curve reveals the truth. Ask the seller to meet at a fast charger. Plug in and watch what happens. A healthy battery should charge fast at low state of charge, slower as it gets higher, predictably according to its model. If the EV is charging way slower than it should, that could indicate the battery degradation, bad cooling system, too many past DC charging cycles, software limiting to protect the battery, low charging speed equals red flag. Battery health is heavily influenced by how the previous owner charged the car. Ask these questions. Did you charge to 100% often? Did you fast charge daily? Was the car stored in a hot climate? Did you leave the battery low for long periods? If they say things like, "Oh yeah, I use superchargers every day," or "I didn't really plug it in much. I left it at 3% for weeks," just smile politely and run fast. Most EVs have an 8-year, 100,000-mile, 160,000 kilometer battery warranty, sometimes longer. But here's the key. Some warranties only cover battery failure, while others cover capacity loss below a certain percentage. Tesla, for example, generally guarantees the pack won't drop below 70% capacity within warranty. So if the car is at 71%, the warranty says, "Yep, still good, you're fine." Even if you're crying, always check precisely what's covered. If you want the safest path, get a professional battery inspection. Some dealerships and EV specialists can run load tests, thermal imaging, cell balancing reports, capacity measurements. This is like a full medical checkup, but for your future electric baby, worth every penny. Here's your quick checklist before buying a used EV. Check displayed range at 100%. Review the car's built-in battery health report. Use third-party diagnostic apps. Test fast charging speed. Check mark, ask about charging habits. Verify battery warranty. Get a professional inspection if possible. If all that looks good, congrats. You found a used EV that can last you years, save you money, and make gas stations a distant memory. If this helped you avoid buying a used EV lemon, hit that like button like you're tapping a broken charging cable. And subscribe for more EV smart content. See you in the next one.